once again to Cross Country, today discussing an issue that many Americans, many Christians even, are divided on, the issue of illegal immigration. It's been very hotly contested and debated across the entire country over the last couple months, especially since the governor of Arizona signed into law Senate Bill 1070. It's a law that many people say is leading to possible racial profiling, but others on the other side of the debate say it's doing what the federal government should be doing, enforcing federal immigration law. And joining us today to talk about the immigration law, I thought it would be best to bring somebody that's on the front lines over there in Arizona from Phoenix. We've got Amber May, and she's joining us from the studios right now of KXEG and KXXT over there in Phoenix. How you doing, Amber May?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the program.
Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. This issue has really hit a boiling point across the nation and obviously there in Phoenix. What I'd like to start with is we've heard from so many different people on this issue, from across the country, even from outside our country, the president of Mexico weighing in on the issue and other world leaders. I'd like to hear what the pulse is like on the ground there in Phoenix. What are you hearing from your listeners, and in particular, you guys being a Christian radio station, what are Christians saying about Senate Bill 1070 and this immigration issue?
The vast majority of Arizonans are for this bill, and I read it myself, and I don't see anything controversial in it. As a matter of fact, it really just mimics what's already on the books federally. Most people don't understand or realize that state and local agencies, police agencies, are not allowed to enforce federal law. That's FBI, that's Border Patrol, things like that can enforce the federal law. The local police agencies here can enforce the state and city laws. So this bill is giving them an opportunity to enforce what has already been on the books federally, but now it's allowed in the books in Arizona. They did take precaution in the law to state that you can't racially profile, and they also state in the law that they cannot just pull anyone over just because of their skin color. The person who gets pulled over or the person who gets checked with their IDs or to see if they are legal have already been pulled over or because of reasonable cause or suspicion or because police officers feel that there is a crime that had been committed. And as such, at that point, after they realize that there is a crime committed, at that point, they are allowed to check to see what their legal status is. Are they legal here in the U.S. or not? And then at that point, the federal agencies take over. So once they get booked into federal prison, and then from there, the feds will take over with deporting or whatever the case may be.
Right. And there's been a lot of contention on that, whether or not immigration at the national level, at the federal level, would actually deport the people that are reported from Arizona, because the Obama administration in particular has taken a lot of issues with this law, and they've really attacked Arizona, and a lot of people across the country have had issues with that. As a matter of fact, you said that the majority of Arizonans support Senate Bill 1070, but it's not just Arizona. I mean, we've seen poll after poll come out over the last couple of months that have indicated that the American public at large is actually in support of the Arizona immigration law. Just recently, the most recent poll, 55% of people questioned in the poll favor the measure, and basically that's from Rasmussen reports. And a lot of them are actually wanting a law like that in their own states. 61% of respondents say that they'd like to see a law similar to Arizona's in their own state. And 56% of Americans that were polled in this poll said that they oppose the lawsuit that the Obama administration is now pressing forward with against the state of Arizona, naming your governor in the lawsuit, which was actually quite interesting.
We'll sing till the whole world hears.